The best and most compelling theories will be featured in our next video. Hello, everyone. Do you love Spunky? Today, we're delving into some fascinating new theories that you probably haven't even considered. A big thank you to everyone who shared their thoughts and theories in the comments section of our previous videos, many of which received a lot of love from the community. If you have any ideas or theories about this fandom, don't hesitate to share them in the comments section below. We're here to support your creativity. Let's start with the first theory, which was actually shared with us in the comments. It's pretty intriguing, so let's try to dissect it. The author Flower6FB has put forth the intriguing theory that Tantuner may have shot himself because he was the only one carrying a gun. It's possible that he did this to give Wenda the impression that someone had shot him to stop her from killing or hurting him further. While this is an intriguing theory, some may contend that Wenda killed Tuner. Opinions on this issue are undoubtedly divided. How it seems, while it's true that Tuner had the gun, who's to say that Wenda, in her deranged state, didn't sneak up on him in the middle of the night, steal the weapon, and shoot him? Wenda appears to have gone completely insane and is becoming uncontrollable. It's very likely that she also hurt the other characters, but more on that in the next theory, about how the other characters met their fates. Point blank. All of these are merely conjectures at this time, and I believe the actual truth will come to light as the narrative progresses before we go on to the next hypothesis. To remain up to date on all the newest theories and information, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The next theory goes into greater detail about the deaths of all the feisty people, what transpired, and how Wenda handled it. If you're as interested as I am, let's dive right in and solve this mystery together. White Wenda tore Orange Oren to pieces. Since he had no adversaries, Wenda was the only one who could have hurt him. She went insane and killed other characters, as you can even see. Blood stains on her lips and a crazy, insane expression in her eyes. Red Ratty killed himself, most likely due to intrusive thoughts, or Wenda's whispers that he was useless and should end everything. It appears that Wenda gradually drove him insane until he could take no more. When a plate hit Silver Kluwer so hard that his skull cracked, he was murdered. Because of his love for building, it's possible that he died in a horrible accident while constructing anything in their city, or that it was most likely a staged funbot. He was terrified, and may have even fallen into melancholy because he didn't know how to deal with the circumstance after witnessing the majority of his pals either die in panic or going into despair. As if her very life force had been consumed from within, Green Veneria faced an especially unsettling fate when the sprout growing on her head started to take root, its tendrils digging into her skull and draining nutrients from her blood and hair. Gray managed to survive by hiding well, seemingly out of sheer fear, keeping him hidden from the chaos around him. Wenda mutilated Lime Oaks' ex by tearing or scratching his face off. It's a graphic picture, but it fits with W's terrible spiral into insanity. Gold Gerold suffered as Wenda squeezed his robotic goggles until his mouth and left eye were crushed by broken glass and pressure. It's a cruel scene that only serves to highlight how sinister her acts are. Sky Blue Sky didn't escape W's wrath either. She further demonstrated her willingness to go to great measures to kill people around her by piercing him with 4 rods. There is a proven injury to her brown BRD. Yellow Simon bit his brother, yet he is still alive and doesn't feel any pain. Curiously, there is confirmed evidence that Simon may have choked after consuming Brown's bucket. A haunting and tragic story, Mr. Sun was probably hurt by Black, which added another level of mystery to the characters. Mr. Tree was possessed by a girl's soul, and his life force was torn out. His face was nailed to a missing poster, making him bear the guilt for the person who was killed forever. Der Paul in Purple-White Wenda shot Tan Tuner, as we mentioned in the previous theory, adding another layer of suspicion and tragedy to his story. According to the creator, who had skin so elastic that he might have simply stretched his jaw too far, breaking his joints in a bizarre yet strangely fitting way. Yellow Simon was unable to resist an overwhelming hunger that consumed him. He tried to fight it, but the desire became too strong and took over him completely. As for White Wenda, there is speculation that whatever happened to her, she is no longer the person her friends knew. Mr. Fun Computer survived, but he seems to know too much. Perhaps he saw something so horrifying that he wants to warn us about it. She was either brainwashed or manipulated by Black or Blue Jevin, which resulted in an abrupt and uncontrollable thirst for blood. Although Pink Pinky was really nice, she probably discovered that she shouldn't have either Black or White Wenda, since they were likely to endanger her, and as a result, her face was torn off. The author's theory that Tuner was shot by Wenda gives us two equally intriguing theories, both of which could be true. However, given Wenda's mental state, it's completely plausible that she could have committed this act, and everyone might think Tuner took it. This is a grim fate for someone so gentle, Blue Jevin, who is confirmed to be a cultist. He survived, but it's unclear if he harmed anyone. He seems to have both good and bad sides, making him a wild card in this twisted universe. Wenda is the real devil of the spunky world. We can only speculate as to what happened to her, why she started attacking her friends, and what changed her. We also didn't discuss the character of Black, who may be responsible for all of this. It's likely that he drove Wenda insane, which led her to murder a lot of people. His own life was always perceived as grim and unhappy. Perhaps he just grew weary of living in such a broken world. Quantity of characters. This is an intriguing theory because, although Black seems like a normal character in the regular version, he appears to be extremely eerie in the horror version. What if, instead, he was the one who tricked Wenda into committing these crimes against all the characters? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this theory in the comments section. What do you think about Black's possible impact on Wenda? There are a lot of levels to take into account, so it would be interesting to work through this puzzle together. Examine every potential angle. Typical non-canon, wearing a chic top hat and a clean white tie, he is a fully black sprunk with no visible mouth, which adds to his enigmatic image. Despite his dark appearance, he oozes elegance. In this form, horror seems feisty and has been stripped of all obvious ornaments, giving him a more understated appearance. He stands out even more since he appears significantly thinner than the other Sprung. His face is noticeably more deformed and human-like, yet it is covered in darkness, producing an eerie atmosphere that inspires curiosity and terror. Lastly, I would want to express my gratitude to everyone who has watched this movie. Your encouragement and interest in my work greatly inspire me to make more. Through cooperative discussions, in-depth theories, and careful analysis, the gaming community has come together to unravel these mysteries in a way that is incredibly captivating. With each new discovery, we get closer to understanding the mystery's full scope. Now is the ideal moment to jump in and join the discussion if you're passionate about revealing secret details and putting the puzzle pieces together. We encourage you to leave your ideas and hypotheses in the comments below. Once more, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm genuinely excited to hear your imaginative thoughts, and together we can set off on an exciting trip to eventually solve the riddle of Sprung. Your insights may hold the key to comprehending this mysterious figure. means the world to us. Your assistance enables us to keep producing material and delving into fascinating mysteries. Let's delve deeply into this conversation and ensure that everyone finds it interesting.